Welcome to Live, life-inspired views for every day. My name is Chris Meyer, and I'm a curious soul. We recently returned from a trip to Australia, where we attended the International Rotary Convention. While there, I was running to catch a tram and broke my right wrist. I have to admit, it's a wee bit difficult to maneuver in life with your dominant hand immobilized. But we definitely can adapt, and that's what I'm learning. In discussing life without the use of one hand, my husband Donnie said, "Our hands are a lifeline, aren't they?" Wow, he really said it. Hands are a lifeline. Just think about the way we use them in all aspects of living. Then just ponder the word hand. When trying to rescue someone, we always say, "Grab my hand," or "Give me your hand." How many times do we say when sending accolades to someone or a group, "Let's give them a hand"? We also express other things with, "I will hand it over to," or "I've got to hand it to you," or "It's out of our hands." I remember when I was quite young, someone asked me to show her the palm of my hand so she could see my lifeline. She said, "A line on your palm can show if you will have a long life or not." When I started thinking about a lifeline in our hands, I realized all the ways we use the term hands or the word hand. It's usually synonymous with giving or taking, sometimes hurting, but always when comforting. What is in the lifeline of our hands? How have we used them in giving or taking meaningful life? This past weekend, I had the privilege to officiate my nephew Caleb's wedding. He and his bride Grace included some wonderful rituals in their wedding. One was a hand fastening ceremony using colored cords representing various values of marriage to wrap their hands as a symbol of their unity. We also sent their wedding rings around the group of attendees so that they could be touched by the hands of family and friends, sending a silent token of love and prayer for their marriage. Hands. We bade farewell to our dear friend Bill Ham last week. We were very involved in his caretaking at the end of his life. He needed our hands as he lived out his final days. Our hands were needed to help him meet his every need. During that time, I was able to watch the healing hands of other caregivers in his life, the hospice and nursing home care staff, and other close friends who shared in the caregiving. However, his hands helped so many people throughout his life. He touched both my husband and my careers, just as he touched the lives and careers of countless others around the world by using his hands to make calls and connecting people to people who brought the right opportunities together. Because I got COVID, I didn't give him a final hug with my hands, only a wave of my hand through a window to send my final goodbye. I have a dear friend, Matt Nolde, one of my former school counseling students, who has no hands. But he gives so much in spite of that. I call him Peaceful Matthew. He's an artist. No hands at the end of his short arms, but he's a fantastic portrait artist. His hands are in the form of art, gentle speech, his love and care for his children, and of helping others. I used to show my students a video clip called Hugs. In it, two people are standing in a busy street with a cardboard sign that says, "Free Hugs." The video depicts people who either quickly walk by or run to them with open arms for a hug. It just warms your heart to watch. But I'm always touched by how many times people giving and receiving these hugs would pat or rub the backs of the people they were hugging. Have you ever noticed that? It's like an automatic response. When we hug someone, we pat or rub their back with our hands. Even my 2-year-old grandson Arva does it. Perhaps it's an extra dose of compassionate care that we just can't vocalize. How lovely. Hands are truly a lifeline. They connect us. We use them to shake another's hands when meeting or leaving or agreeing. With hands, life-saving CPR is done. It's with hands that surgeons heal patients. It's with hands that teachers help students learn. Hands feed, nurture, work, bring life into the world, and help usher it out. Hands affect everything in our world. Look at your hands. Do they reflect what you want them to? They are a lifeline. I've learned to appreciate my hands in such a deeper way since breaking my wrist and losing the use of one of my hands. It makes me realize how much I rely on my hands for meaningful living. Most importantly, it amplifies how necessary hands are to meet the needs of this world. This week, on your bathroom mirror, write, "May my hands always be used as a lifeline." Join me next Monday for Live, Life-Inspired Views for Every Day. I'm Chris Meyer, and I'm a curious soul.